Hey guys, so it is day 3 of Trade in London session by myself, and utilizing what I know and what I see, and hopefully passing this funded challenge. So it, the last day yesterday was 70. Was it 70? I can't remember. Can't even remember. I think it was 70. Yeah, yesterday was a slow day, wasn't it? Yesterday was $70 in the green, in profit. So I was happy with that. Obviously, it's not quite the same as when I did the crazy lot size. So you may have noticed I did a lot size of 0.5. I was foolish. I shouldn't have done that. I did a lot size calculator and it said, like, this is the lot size you should be using for this risk of 1% and this many points. Turns out it was 0.05 I should be using and not 0.5. So I got away with it, really. I could have easily blown my account. So that's just something to be wary of. If the numbers look insanely high for what your account is, chances are you've done the wrong lot size, right? And also brought to my attention, like an idiot, in the comments, I actually would have passed the funded challenge. So in my head, I thought I had to get to 28,000 to pass the challenge, but I only had to get to 27,000. And at one point on day 1, I would have passed the freaking challenge on day 1, because my equity got above 27,000. So I was there and I didn't close the trade. I held it and it dropped down, obviously. But what an idiot. What an absolute idiot. So yeah, gutting. That would have cleared the goal target. But hey, we live and learn. We go again another day, right? And we go again today, in about half an hour. So we'll jump on the charts now. Well, not now, but near the time. And I will see you on the charts. Oh, good morning, gang. So if you remember, yesterday was a horrible day. So today we need to make sure that we're in the right trading account, which we now are, thankfully. So I make this bigger. Nope, just gotta pull this down. I don't need to see all the trades, do I? So we can pull this window down, and then we can see more of our instruments. I do need to mark this up before we go live. So we've got 4 minutes until we go live. We'll get to the 5 minute. I'm not even going to mention this gap here. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? I mentioned it the other day and it didn't go my way, so I'm not liking the look of France. For you, there's a lot of areas that can bounce off of. I'm just going to jump into UK 100. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for support and resistance zones on the 5 minute. On the 15 minute, it doesn't look as... Still not great. So we've got 2 minutes till market opens. So we'll just see what happens. I always feel on edge when the market's first open, like, oh, can I catch this trade? Can I catch this trade? It's not necessarily the case. It can be a bit more chilled. Keep an eye on that one. Be wary of these targets. Jumped into a trade on the UK 100, taking the sell position. I should probably set the stop loss, shouldn't I? That would be the sensible thing to do. So we've entered one trade, which is UK 100. We're going to set that to break even now. And then we will take a partial there. It's not going to be big money, but we're taking the partial. So we took some tiny bit of money off the table. It won't be a big lot. Let's have a look. £4, $4.12. So yeah, not a game changer by any stretch of the imagination. But I do need to get back into better trading habits after yesterday's nightmare. So I'm okay with it being small profits today as long as it's building back up. I'll stop this there. So whatever happens, UK 100 is going to close profit. France 40 is middling. DAX could drop. There's still potential for another trade there. UK 100 is doing its thing, which is nice to see. There's potential now. For entry. There was someone in the comments who said I should do like pending orders, and they're probably right. Like I could set an order there and just wait for it to hit it, and then it just goes. The order just happens. Like the trade goes in. I don't have to worry about it's missing it or anything like that. So something I'm considering doing. I don't want to just tap in and then the order goes live and reverses. So sometimes it's nice to have the visual. I do think these are going to drop. But whether they actually get to the point where I'm comfortable taking the trade, that's a different story. Look at UK 100 flying. I wish I'd put a bigger lot size on. I was going to put 0.5 on, but well, that'd be annoying if it hit our stop loss, wouldn't it? That would be annoying. No, it did. Oh well. It rejects off that zone like we called it. Should have closed the trade when it hit that. Not big money today, boys and girls. Not big money today. 28.68. I reckon there's a potential for a small. I'm not going to do it. Stick with what I was going to do like a minute scalp, but not worth it. Not worth the risk. Below that zone, you can get a 1-to-1. But we don't need it to be. We don't need to take the risk. So £28.68. Not big money in the slightest. But we'll take it. It might then come back up here. If it comes back up here, it rejects. I'm tempted to take another trade, If I'm being confident. Entering the sell. Because we are crazy. So I might end up wiping out any profits we made today. Because I took this crazy trade. But I just think it's hovering around here. It's going to drop. Markets are slowed right down though, which is a pain. I definitely think there's more juice to be squeezed here. Took some money off the table there. Not a lot. £2.49. $2.49. See how this pans out. So you're breathing. Why did you make that choice? Why I made the choice? Because I've got a support zone, an area of interest here, which on the 1 minute I can see it's not breaking above that support zone, resistance zone, sorry. And then it starts pulling away, so I was like, I think it's going to drop back down, so I'm going to take the trade and enter there. But this could be like 1 minute scalping, so you could get down to here and you close the trade. So what you would want to do is have a bigger lot size if you wanted to do 1 minute scalping, but that's not really what I feel comfortable doing. But that is what I saw, and that's why I took the trade. Not the best trade, obviously. A bit risky. But I might, in a minute, set my stops to break even. Once it gets a bit more distance, I think if it gets down to this target zone here, I'll set it to break even. This could get stuck in a floor and I see them kind of move. What I will do is actually change my stop loss position. See there. You can see we've kind of re-entered where we got kicked out of the last trade. Remember, the last trade rejected off of this area. So if we wick into this area, I'm tempted to partially close 90%. Oh, that push hasn't looked good, has it? It's heading towards my stop loss. Now I'm tempted to change my stop loss. I don't think it's going to go back to this area. I do think that's going to drop. I know I shouldn't change my stop loss. I know I shouldn't be doing that. But I've also learned when I have changed my stop loss mid-trade, it's then hit it, tapped me out, and it wouldn't have hit my original stop loss. So that's my theory behind that. Though it could end up in a loss. A bigger loss. I'm kind of just rebelling against my own rules and shouldn't do that. I should just take the lumps and the bruises as they come. So we did drop, and now it's pushing back up again. Brilliant. But there is a big rejection there, though. Big retracement. So we'll take that with hope. I don't know why I jumped in this trade. I could have just been done for the morning with my $28. And weirdly, I'd have been happy with that. My partner's messaging me wrestling stuff on Instagram because this is our life and we absolutely love it and find it highly entertaining. It's quite sweet. I do. I love it. I love that she does this. So yeah, if you hear wrestling sound clips in the background, that's because I've got Instagram reels being sent to me. I'll look away for a second, and we are back in the green. Candlesticks going my way, just distracted by wrestling reels. Brilliant. You can get lost in those wrestling reels, I tell you. Look how close it came to hitting that stop loss that I set. All it takes is one random big push towards your stop loss, taps you out, and then it reverses and goes the other way, and then you miss a massive trade. The amount of times that I've felt that's happened to me in the last week or two is crazy. Well, this is it's like slowed down massively, obviously. It got all the way down there, the first trade. It's starting to get a bit choppy. Lots of big wicks. It's now made a new floor, by the looks of it. And this new ceiling. If it can break through, that'd be fantastic. I don't think it's going to. We're kind of stuck in this sideways momentum now. Not much doing. Really tempted to just duck out the trade. And call it a day. Well, call it a morning because we're back in the afternoon. Although I do want to see this in profit before I close the trade. Trade has turned against us in a big way. So that would have tapped our stop loss there. Weirdly enough, things could be shaping up in France 40 and DAX. You see what the 100's trying to kill us. Look at that freaking candle on the 5 minute. What I might do is just let this play out. I'll keep an eye on it. It's been a long video otherwise. You don't want to sit through all this. You just want to see the results, right? I know. No, I would. No, I do. Just want it to be in my favour. So that trade that I took, when I looked at the 1 minute, I was like, oh yeah, that's going to drop. Didn't really pan out as I thought it was hoping it would. So you can't call me the visionary just yet. How much have we closed out today? $31.23. Then we need a big drop. Not much doing here. Might go upstairs and see my partner. Just make sure she's okay. I imagine the kids are all in bed with her. So maybe I won't. maybe I'll let her deal with them. As we just sit and watch these candles go up and down. Toying with us. They're toying with us. If I close that down, we still be at a profit. So, that's something. Just sit here for an hour to make $4. Fantastic. But it's all a learning experience, isn't it? The more time you spend on the charts, the better you get at spotting patterns and all that good stuff. Do need an analytical brain, though. Not sure I have that just yet. I do need a shave, though. The worst thing is about this account is that on day one, obviously I put that giant lot size on, and I would have been funded. Would have been funded by now, so any money I did make would have been 100% profit share, and I'd be laughing. I think I'd be a lot more conservative, I'd be like, $6, I'll take that. I know it's not the way it's meant to be, but certainly when it becomes real money, I think it does affect your psychology a lot more. Like this, having a funded account just does change your psychology compared to when you've just got a demo account, because you still this like pressure on to pass the challenge, not to break the rules. You do want to get this funded account. You paid money for this challenge. You want to pass it. So then that does change your psychology, and it does make you have better risk management. I know yesterday, if you see the videos, my risk management was shocking, and I regret that. So, lesson learned there. Don't trade news, because it can go horribly wrong. If you haven't checked out the video, check out the video. It's heartbreaking for me. I don't know if I'll watch it, but watch it again. But lesson was learned. And yeah, I think when it becomes real money, it becomes even more of a psychological thing than it is with a funded account, than it is with a demo account, right? So, you know, definitely if you've never done a funded account and you're thinking about it, and you've got money that you are happy to purchase a funded account with, because they do cost money, then I would absolutely do it. It's good. It's a good way to kind of learn and adapt your trading to be more in control of what you're risking. You know, like the demo account, I could be like, oh, I have 0.5, let's see how much money I can get, knowing that it doesn't affect my actual money or my progress towards a challenge. Whereas now I'm like, right, I need to be conservative, I need to watch my money, I need to be smart with my risk reward, I need to be vigilant, I need to pay attention to the charts, I need to see what way the charts look like they're going to develop. So yeah, it becomes more involved. And if you are interested in doing a challenge, then there's a link in the description below for Clarity Traders. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a bit of kickback if you purchase a challenge from that link, and I would appreciate that. It does mean a lot to me. But you know, I'm not saying get a challenge. You can get a challenge from any company you want. That's absolutely fine. But I know from my experience using Clarity Traders that they're really good, and there's no like consistency rule, which is really handy. So yeah, I'd definitely consider them if you are considering getting a funded challenge. Also, if you want to do Mamba's live trading, Mamba's been absolutely smashing it. He always seems to smash it. And I know it's not a scam because I'm in the room with him, watching the trades live with him. He's saying when he's jumping in, he's saying when he's exiting. So definitely, if you're interested in following along with that, again, there's a link in the description. Click on that, sign up, and just watch the man do his magic. Like, if you've got doubts about Mamba or anything he does, and then you're in the trading room with him and you see him doing it live, it's going to change your perspective on the man completely if you've got negative perspectives, because he is really freaking good at what he does. So yeah. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please do like the video and please do subscribe. It does mean a lot to me. And your comments are always welcome, and I reply to every comment. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time to offer up advice and support me on my journey. It's really... like, I started this channel because I saw a guy called Brandon Trades, and Brandon's really... he's a character, right? Entertaining guy. I've subscribed to him. He's doing this principle. Right, so this is where I got the idea from, essentially. So shout out to Brandon F Trades FX. If you haven't followed him, go follow him. But yeah, I started this channel to document my journey so I could learn from my own videos and my mistakes and see if I can get better along the way. And it's kind of like a diary, you know, like how good were you when you started? What mistakes did you make? What progress did you make? How much did you win? How much did you lose? And did you learn anything along the way? And that's kind of what I'm sharing on this channel. My wins, my losses, my mistakes, my successes. And I hope you all enjoy it. I know I'm not the most entertaining character, but I'm just being me, I'm just being real, I'm just being raw, I'm just giving you the markets as they are, what I see, how the trade's going, what happened to me, and yeah. And you know, a bit of my life splattered in between. I did film a lifestyle video with me and my family and dad in Brighton, but I think maybe it's probably too soon in the channel to be sharing lifestyle videos when all you guys really care about is what's happening with the trading and if I'm succeeding or failing, right? And at the moment, I'm succeeding overall, but this live trade right now is failing, but hopefully it's going to drop. So we'll see. We'll see, gang. Actually, I haven't checked on the other indices recently. That came close, didn't it? Not much doing. Okay, right. I'm really tempted to just close this trade. We've been here ages. It's just going to bounce around, isn't it? Just going to bounce around. And then it's going to break through. We know that. We know it's going to go all the way down. It's going to melt. The candle's going to melt when I close this trade. It's kind of just stuck. Not much movement going on. No, piss off. Piss off. Just as I was about to close the trade out, it reverses. There's going to be a lot of editing in this video to cut this down. Oh, I can't believe it's shot back up. I should. So close to closing that trade out. Yeah, I'm bored. I think it says trade stop loss. So we set our trade stop loss. What will be now. Oh, my knee. If I sit down too long, my knee starts to hurt. I don't know if that's like some form of arthritis coming in. Because I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm a real grown man these days. I drink black coffee. I do trading. I've got kids, fiance. I'm a real adult. And then I bring me a Horizon hat and watch pro wrestling. Yeah, that's not funny, is it? That's normal. So I've just messaged my partner saying that I've set a trailing stop loss. I'll probably be up in a minute to see her. And she probably doesn't know what trailing stop loss is. Maybe she does, right? But trailing stop loss is essentially your stop loss, right? But it follows when the direction of the trade goes your way. So say, for example, the red candle drops here. My stop loss will drop as much as the candle drops. So it'll always keep the same amount of distance between the current trade price and the stop loss. So my current trade price could drop all the way down here, and my stop loss would probably sit in about here. So it follows it into potentially profit. But if the candle goes the opposite direction, the stop loss stays in the same position. So it kind of minimizes your losses, essentially. That's the plan. But it can also cause losses if all of a sudden your stop loss has dropped all the way down here, your candles come down here, and then it reverses quickly, or it just reverses in general, and it hits your stop loss. But then the trade goes all the way back to be a winning trade because you moved or you've got a trailing stop loss. So if you'd kept your stop loss here, you'd have still been in the trade. But because you had a trailing stop loss, or you move your stop loss to a higher position, like for example, we had our stop loss set here earlier, we'd have been out of the trade. But I moved it back again because gut feeling was that it's going to go back into the green at some point. So that's why I moved it, and that's why I'm still in this trade and haven't been tapped out yet. But now, because it's been so long and it's just bouncing around the same area, I've set a trailing stop loss just because I kind of want to be out of my misery. Right? So if it goes my way, great. I don't have to worry about it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We've almost kind of lowered our risk of a loss, or the amount we're going to lose, we've lowered. But if it goes our way, then it's going to trail the stop loss into profit. So we'll take that. So yeah, guys, it's been a long old video. I will cut this down massively. There'll be lots of chunks I cut out. There's only so much talking I can do by myself on my own to you guys. Maybe I do need a Discord channel and we do some live trading. That could be interesting. I'm not saying copy my trades. We just sit in the Discord together trading. Like keeping each other company on this journey, because it can be a bit lonely trade in the charts on your own. Like, I'm not saying it's a good idea to bounce trades off each other, because you got to do what you think is the right thing to do and not just copy other people, because some people are going to be experts, some people are going to be novices, and some people are going to influence your opinions and your decisions for the good or the bad. And then if it's a bad decision or doesn't go your way, you're going to blame them. You're going to call them all the names under the sun. So maybe we'll just keep it like a general Discord. Maybe. I mean, it is therapeutic kind of talking to you guys and expressing my thoughts and opinions and what I'm learning. But I know it's also kind of like I've sat here for an hour and 20 minutes now and nothing's doing. Really, nothing's been a slow day. So yeah, I set my stop loss to trail and I'm going to jump off the charts, and what will be. If it's a loss, it's a loss. If it's a win, it's a win. I will update you as and when that happens. Okay? So I'll speak to you in a bit when something has happened. So it's now 9:15 in the morning. And we'll see how this trade plays out. But before we do, let's just look at France 40, see if there's anything doing. Nothing doing in France 40. Nothing doing in DAX. So we're going to sit in this trade here. Stop loss has now gone down to that level. So you can see this is my stop loss. It was up here. It's now down here. So we're going to follow this trade wherever it goes with our stop loss. And I'll see you, well, shortly in this video, but it could be hours in real life. So speak to you in a bit. Okay, so just a quick one. I jumped away from the charts at 9:15. Look what's happened in those 5 minutes. Look what has happened. That is a drop and a half. That's insane. So now I'm like, whoa, do I close out the trade or do I just let my stop loss run? So the stop loss is there. So whatever happens now, we're in profit gang. Whatever happens with this trade, it's going to be a winning trade. So part of me wants to close the trade right now, but part of me is like, nah, let it run. Just let it run. Whatever happens, happens. It was a risky trade in the first place, but it's now going to be a winning trade regardless, even if it's just like a fiver. So maybe I'm letting it just let it run, see how far it goes. Like, it's broken through, almost broken through this zone here. It's got another 5 minutes before it has to, it's potentially going to be a good trade. Like I thought it would be, but we'll see, because it could still reverse and hit my stop loss up here, which is probably most likely going to happen because that is quite close now, that stop loss. But yeah, just thought I'd update you, and I will update you some more when it's done. When it's finally played out. Okay, so just to give you an update on how that trade actually went. So if you remember in the clip just now, it was 9:20 and it was flying at I think it was like $40, right? So what did happen is it did hit my stop loss around, what time is that? 9:30. So about 10 minutes later, it hit my stop loss, and you can see it reversed back up and cashed us out. So we actually did close that position in the end for, that's not right, is it $2? $2, that's not right. Am I in the right account here? Yeah, I'm in the right account. Let's refresh this screen just in case. So it closed out for £13. So I don't know why it's not showing that. There we go. Right. So it closed out for $13 in the end. And that, after fees and all that good stuff. So
it's a winning day. $44.63 up. I have to be happy with that. It could have been better. Yeah, of course it could have. Right, I'll show you why it could have been better. But could have took another $40 off the trade and been up like $60 or $70. So a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. We did the right thing, it turns out, in the end. But what I'm going to show you now is France and DAX, right? They're very frustrating. So if I just stuck around, obviously I didn't because I was looking at that, but look at that drop, right, at 9.15, which I wasn't really paying too much attention to, if I'm honest, because I jumped off the trade, off the screen by then. Then it broke through to the point where I would have took a trade, and I probably would have set my stop loss here. So now we're look at that drop. It would have been all the way down there in profit. And we look at DAX as well. Look where we would have jumped in. Around here. Goes all the way down here. So again, another potential profit from that. But not to worry. We go again in a couple of hours with New York session. Day 11 in the New York session series, if you're interested. And before I end this video, please do like the video and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me. And I do read all your comments, so please do comment. All right. Speak soon, guys.